Welcome to Maximum Impact Video with your host, Sam Pitch. I hope you're having a lovely day, and in this module we're going to go over some basics of communicating via video before we're going to go into all the other technicalities. I think the most important part of your video is not actually the filming or the editing. It actually comes with comes in the planning, the brainstorming about what your video. I think one of the most important things you can do is just plan your video's purpose. We're usually trying to communicate a particular message, or we're trying to elicit a specific response from our audience. So it's really important that you take some time to, on a sheet of paper or whatever software that you're using, just plan out the purpose of your video. So a bit about me and why you should be listening to me. Well, obviously I'm Sam Pitch, and I'm an internet marketer. I'm a secondary teacher. I'm a cleanse coach, award-winning artist, and pretty much healthy living nut. I'm also married with 3 lovely daughters to a beautiful German master florist. I've been building my skills in terms of communicating and in terms of creating video that has an impact on others and converts in terms of a sales funnel for about the last year. But enough about me. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this module. Okay, content is king on the internet. You probably heard that a million times, and so you're going to hear it one more time from me. You can have the most fanciest looking website, you can have awesome plugins, you can have all types of flashy subscribe here buttons, but if nobody wants to read your content because it looks like it's been created by some dyslexic with a death wish, you're going to fail, especially online. And that also comes down to your video marketing as well. So content is king. Having a good idea about what you're talking about and how it can be of value to others, that's the main thing. Obviously content is king because it provides value to your end user, it provides value to your audience. I got a picture of a house here with jigsaw puzzles, because when we provide value, we're actually helping our audience put the puzzle together in whatever problem they're having. Obviously they'll have those pieces, but you're there to show them, well, all you have to do is just add that yellow piece at the top and you've got a roof. You need to value what you say just as much as hoping that others value what you have to say. And this is why social media and using channels like YouTube is fantastic, because people will be commenting if they find it valuable. Here's Tracy. Tracy's a lovely lass, and Tracy has top two tips for you in terms of your video. First one, don't be boring. Okay, so you don't have to be like laugh a minute, you don't have to crack up jokes, you don't have to be the most entertaining person, but you gotta realize that it's good to probably vary your voice, it's good to vary your pitch, it's good to vary your speed, sometimes talk a bit faster and get really excited, and sometimes just take your time and really punch the point home. But main thing is, don't be boring. People have like a split-second mentality. If you're boring, or if you're waffling on and on like I occasionally do, then people will just tune out. And secondly, time. We really have to be mindful of time, especially in this day and age of everything needing to be fast and people are time poor. We already know that. We're time poor. So I found pretty much that for most videos, I think the magic time limit would maybe be 3 and 4. If you just have one little tidbit of information to give them, 3 and 4 minutes is perfect. 5 minutes is probably where you're hitting the max in terms of having a short punchy video. I'm not talking about videos where you got to go to in depth about a particular subject or case studies or stuff, but in general, videos that are branding you and in a way that you can give out information that can be valuable to each other, 5 minutes is plenty. Okay, so let's get back to it. I've got a picture of a jet fighter here. It looks pretty cool. And it's like a jet fighter, you got to have a purpose in that you got to be so laser targeted. If you've only got 3 to 4 minutes to talk, 5 minutes, you don't have time to waffle on. You got to know what you're talking about and get to the point because people don't have time. So just like this guy, get those homing missiles and lock in. There's a couple ways that you can communicate, and this is from my old Toastmaster days. There's mainly four main reasons people communicate, and the first one is to inform, right? So you might be telling your audience about the latest statistics in cancer research or a case study into the mating habits of elephants in the Susanna, I don't know. But you're there to inform, you're there to give statistics, you're there to give pertinent information which will be valuable to them. A fantastic thing people are online in terms of information is being there to entertain. I really appreciate video makers when they take a bit of extra time to not take themselves too seriously and have a bit of fun with themselves and the audience. People like to be rocked on. They like to have a good time. You might consider if your video is there to persuade people. Are you trying to get them to join the Democrats versus the Republican Party? I know. Are you trying to persuade them to be a vegan or to the importance of exercise in their lives? Or are you there to sell? Here's my product. Here's why it's so good. Here's why you need it. Here's a story about a guy who was having a hard time and then they got my product and now they're having a good time. So we had the different reasons why people, communicate: to inform, to persuade, to entertain, and to sell. And look, there's no reason why you can't do all three. Why can't you be an entertaining seller who's persuading and informing? And sometimes that's the best way, isn't it? To do the whole deal. But maybe at the start, I would recommend you just focus on one. There's nothing wrong with that either. Most important thing, practice creates progress. Practice doesn't create perfect because we shouldn't be aiming for perfection, but we can aim for progress. The more we practice, the better we'll get. Might never be perfect, but we don't have to be. We just have to be, we have to be progressing ahead. And that's it for this video, for this module. Thank you very much. I hope you've learned something about the different types of communicating and the different types of videos that you can do. So if you were to have homework, it would be for your next video, just decide what type of video you're going to make. Is it going to be an informative video? Is it going to be a persuasive video? Is it going to be an entertaining video? Is it going to be a sales video, selling something? Or is it going to be all four of them? So keep it short, don't be boring, and know your purpose. Thank you so much. This is Samuth from workwithsamuth.com in this module. Bye bye.